Hello everyone and welcome back to the Unemployment Journey, where we will be travelling across Europe's major leagues and trying to win as many trophies as possible. Now, I thought we'd have a good end of season roundup, end of season review about the team, what's happening, what we're doing. There's a couple of big things here. One thing I didn't notice, and this is only something that I noticed when it actually happened. Once the league is finished, there's a little playoff here. Now, we finished fourth, but somehow we didn't have to go through this playoff. We've just gone all the way through to the third round qualifying round of the Europa League. So the next four teams went into a little playoff to determine who went into the second qualifying round, and that was AZ. So if we look back at the league table, Utrecht finished 1 point behind us, but they lost in the playoffs, and AZ will go into that second round there. But where does that leave us for our end of year review? As you can see there, Richard Neudecker, player of the season with 35% of the votes. Danny Post in there with second at 31%. Stefan Schaefer at 23%, making up the rest of the podium. Goal of the season was Danny Post against Vitesse, and let's take a look at this. So Bruno Costa's on the ball into Roma, and as he's running, he's got Danny Post outside, and he bangs that into the top corner to equalise in that game against Vitesse. After that, the signing of the season was Guillermo Berdizo on a free transfer. As you can see there, 19 games played, 18 in the league, 1 assist, 1 man of the match, and 7.04 overall. Now, couldn't ask for more from a free transfer. Obviously, he's getting on a little bit now. His value's just starting to come down. He's here for another 3 years, up until he's 34. I don't plan on keeping him up until that point anyway. I think even though his physicals are going to start deteriorating, he's going to be a good mentor to a lot of the young defenders in the squad. The Young Player of the Year as well, Richard Neudecker. So, Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year. As you can see there, he's starting to develop quite nicely. 4.2 million overall. Might time down to a longer contract as well, depending on how long we plan on staying. There you can see 32 games, 7 assists, 7.18 average rating. Very good season from the German, and he will be an integral part of that midfield going into next season. As well, forgot the stats there. Top goal scorer Pedro Henrique on 13, went on a bit of a goal drought towards the end of the season, but popped up with important goals right at the very end, which is exactly what we needed from him. Richard Neudecker, highest average rating and the most assists. Danny Post with the highest pass completion. Pedro Henrique with the most man of the match awards, and Patrick with the most yellow cards. He was dropped towards the end of the season for Decker. We might look to get a much more well-rounded, experienced fullback in that role. As a season review, we should have finished mid-table. As you can see there, we had a horrible start to the season, but as things picked up, we slowly got better and better and better until we rose into that fourth spot and just kept it right at the very end. Right, they want to talk about what's happening next year, and they want us to reach group stage as a minimum, finish in the top half of Eredivisie. I think, do you know what, that's fine by me. They want to develop youth players, fine, that's what we're going to be doing. Entertaining football, I feel like we've been doing that. Defensive, solid football, fine. We didn't concede that many goals. It's just scoring goals is the main problem. High tempo pressing football, possession football, and make the most of set plays. Fine. We can work on that, but it's a very good sort of plan that they're going for. Very achievable given how we've performed this year in the first year. Going into next year, could potentially try and crack into that third spot, maybe into second. Who knows, depending on how the transfers go. Squad dynamics, that's fine. What should we tell the players for next year? We are finishing in the top half. that's exactly what we told the board. That's what we'll do. End of season break, and Kirschbaum has received Goalkeeper of the Year. You can see they're tied with Bizot on the average rating, but if you look for his appearances, 29 appearances out of the 34 games, 12 clean sheets in that time, and only conceded 30 goals. And I think that's a really, really good season for Kirschbaum. He is 33. He is getting on a bit. If we can find a really good world-class goalkeeper, well, I say world-class, enough for our league, then that'll be good enough for me. But the actual team themselves, let's sort this by average rating. As you can see, Kum, he's retiring. He's leaving on a free as well, so we don't need to worry about him. Bastians has developed quite nicely. He's 18 years old, and I think he should be playing a bit more of a part next year. I don't think we're going to be renewing Milievic's contract. He fell off really towards the end of the year, and as good of a player he is, he just didn't really seem to fit the team very well. But I think Bastians will be able to come in and cover that gap. He is Dutch, might have that little bit of relationship with the other players as well. Neudecker, obviously one of the best players in the team, best average rating out of the regular starters, as did Danny Post, who finished with 4 goals and 3 assists in big occasions. Guillermo Berdiso as well, we brought him in and he's done very well. Schaefer, again, great season from him. Pedro Henrique, we're looking for more goals from him. He's worth 3.2 million, and as you can see there, we do have an optional future transfer of 305,000. So when we get our budget, I think, depending on how much he's asking for, he's on 3,000 a week. If we can get him in and around that mark, that'd be great. Yeboah, he did play every now and again. He's young and he's going to be leaving. He's going to free up a little bit of wages there. Sidibe didn't really play. He played in the last game, but again, he didn't really make much of a mark. He's on a fair bit of wage as well. I just wanted that little bit of depth, and it did pay off in that last game when Danny Post couldn't play. Rainier, if we can somehow manage to keep him for another year, I think that would be sensational. Look at him. He's gone to 4.5 stars for current ability. Lord knows what his potential ability is. He's not going to be with us then, that's for sure. He's way too good for this level. But if I can keep Ramon for another year, 3.5 star current ability, and we're paying nothing for him. So if Flamengo's happy for that to happen again, I would love to keep him for another year. So solid down that left hand side, and that's exactly what we need. I don't think Janssen or Scheiman are particularly great left backs, and you can see just by the overview, Scheiman's stats are nowhere near that of Ramon. I mean, we can probably take a more direct comparison here, and you can see that Ramon is better defensively, physically, faster, better vision, better attacking, more technical, better in the air, better mentals. And even there, they've played almost the same amount of games. Ramon's got an assist. Scheiman didn't get anything. 6.75 overall rating for Scheiman, 6.81 from Ramon. Much higher passing accuracy, and I think it's an overall better player that we've got there. We can invest on a more permanent person if Ramon doesn't stay, but that's where we're going to be looking at. See if we can get some of these younger players involved in the team a little bit more. Some of them didn't really play at all, and we'll try and work around that and work around this little core of a team that we've got sort of building up here. Berdiso will be great, especially from his previous European experience with Roma. Galatasaray didn't really play for them. but I think that's what we'll be doing in the transfer window, trying to make the most of some of these players that we've got here in Roma. We fought quite hard to keep him, and we just want to keep on developing the likes of him and others throughout the next year. So once the transfer window's open and we're ready to dive into another season with Venlo, that's when the next episode will be. But thank you for watching this overview, and please do leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for future episodes. I'll see you next episode. Thank you.